All right, so we're here. We're just going to take a quick tour around our classroom because we want to show some of the different seating that we've been telling people about and been trying to explain, and probably haven't done that great of a job. So first of all, we have just a standing desk, which is really basic. This one has a stool that they use, and this one on this side, he's got a chair that he sits at occasionally, and then other times he stands. Go down the line, there's just some normal desk with the fidgets down in the bottom. There's a TheraBand thing. And then we have a table on this side, which is lovely. They actually hexagon table. And they sit 6 people?
Yeah.
6 people at this one. And then she's got a round table that she sits 4 people at. And then we have the desk of all desks. So first of all, he's got a rolly chair. Second of all, there's underneath here, pull that chair back, Carly. He's actually got a thing that his feet can swing on, and which is kind of interesting. He's got a shelf up in there. And then he also has this beanbag with some marbles and a spider and whatever else in it that he can fidget around with. So if we come this way, we're back to more normal desks. Oh yeah, and at the back here, we have one desk with a chair with TheraBand again, but she also has a chair with a seat fidget, or wedge or something. And so it's, again, just a slight differentiation.
And there's those desks up there.
And then we have a couple desks up here, or a couple seats up here, and then they have these hokey chairs,
Yes.
I think is what they call them. And they're different heights.
Demonstrate.
Carly will demonstrate for us. And yeah, she falls on her head. That'd be kind of funny. But they're very busy seating. And then we have a whole reading area, and it's kind of separated off. So when the lights are off, it gets fairly dim in here. And they have a bunch of different seating, moon chairs, rocking chairs, floor, and all that kind of stuff that they use.
Okay, so today was our first full lesson that we lesson planned for, and that didn't get broken up.
Unlike last week, where we ended up with recess, an author speaking, author reading,
Yeah.
in the middle of our lessons. So today was actually a full, actual 50-minute lesson.
It was I guess, science health outcome on body systems. We did the circulatory system, and we had an activity to go along with that, and a video.
And we actually had a couple activities, right? Because we had the marshmallows, and then we had the moving around the room.
Yeah.
And so we tried the marshmallow toothpick experiment,
You should have left one.
and that didn't actually work out that great. Most of the kids couldn't make it work. We did have a couple on each side of the room get it working. However, one of our guys is autistic, and it actually almost brought him to tears. And so that's something for us to remember in the future, that to make sure one of us is checking in with him almost immediately or earlier, so he's not getting us frustrated. Yeah, and then we went to our fun activity.
So our fun activity was chaotic. Like, I expected it to be chaos. Bobby didn't really. I was associating it with their music class because last week they had a music class and it was chaotic and it was loud and it was really busy. So basically what we did, we made them simulate the route that blood takes through the different chambers of the heart and into the body.
Right, so we had lungs, we had the 4 chambers of the heart, and then body pieces, and then we had people holding different colored craft sticks. So blue meant that they had no oxygen, they were just carbon dioxide, and red meant that they had oxygen, no carbon dioxide. So obviously the red ones were heading to the body, blue ones
back to the back to the heart to go to the lungs,
Yep.
drop out the carbon dioxide, pick up oxygen, and then go into the right
Yep.
ventricle or right atrium ventricle, and then be pushed out into the body to go drop off their oxygen little
sticks. Yeah, like craft sticks.
and then exchange that again, and it was just like a repetitive thing.
So it sounds like a really good idea. It even described okay. However, we ran into an issue where as soon as we let them out of their desks, 3 or 4 of them started screaming.
Just for no reason.
Just screaming.
Because they were excited.
And so that caused us to constantly have to pull them back down. We
like
were
to regroup and
yeah.
everything, and then we had to we had to decide, okay, so maybe this isn't working, so we had to decide that maybe we were just gonna do one person as a blood cell at a time, and then after that, one out of each,
One from each side.
side of the heart going at the same time, because it was so chaotic.
Yeah, because ideally we would have had a group of 5 from each side traveling to the lungs and 5 to the body.
To different body parts,
And-
because
right.
there was enough body parts that they
And-
could each go to one.
And so the idea was that then we would end up with double loop running and it would show a constant flow. Not such a great idea. So we changed things up a bit and we made it work. I think at the end of the lesson the kids did learn.
The route, kind of.
Yeah, they seemed to
And some
understand.
terminology.
And some terminology. But one of the really negative things though is that at the end of the lesson when we quit and our teacher took over, the kids were not able to recover at all.
They were still chaotic. It was still a struggle. It was a struggle for her, which normally we don't see her struggle with getting them on task. And after our little activity, it was very challenging for them to come back as a group and focus again.
Yeah. So our next lessons we're actually going to do completely separate, with support from the other person.
For
And
classroom management
right.
supports.
And so we'll see how that goes, and we'll get back to you then.